CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop. CHICKEN.
Guys, the Chicken's here, bringing you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're getting into the Season 11 Tech Tree Guide, and we're going to go over a lot of stuff. It's a crazy season, but first, want to make sure to say, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're going to be covering everything super in-depth on Season 11 with Warships, as we always do. Please consider to use the code CHICKEN in the shop if you're buying instant training or whatever. It does help me out a little bit. So, with that being said, let's get into this. So, it's a tough season, man. It's a tough season. It's a grind off the start. It looks like it's going to be a base race meta the whole season. What I mean by base race is that the attacks just come down to who can take down the engine rooms first versus clear the base. So, right off the very start, if you don't have a lot of keys, what you want to do is you want to get troop damage and you want to get heavies. Heavy rush is good. It's very good. You're going to have to get Zukas on the way. So, what seems to be the best meta so far in terms of attack strategy is split heavy Zuka with second wind. We'll cover that in just a second. But let's stay on the tech tree here just for right now. So you want heavies. You have to get Zukas anyways to progress in the tree. So you definitely want those. Mines are going to be your biggest defense early on and even a little bit further into the tree. You want mines. That's going to deter heavy rush a little bit. That's going to deter split heavy Zuka. That's going to be your best defense against that. And it's going to essentially completely stop warriors. Now, we thought warriors were going to be really good just looking at the tree because there's not a lot of building health. It's a base race meta. They're not that strong. They die to mines, and the problem with warriors mainly is we don't have a ton of gunboat energy, so they're not as useful as they could be if you had more gunboat energy. And you're going to need smoke, so I mean they're very expensive to go that route. Even with protectors, the protectors are good, but they kind of fizzle out. They die out. Then your warriors are just left naked and exposed for everyone to see. So, anyways, back to early on, guys. Getting Kavan is going to be very good. Kavan with second wind is definitely the hero of choice for when you're using heavies and Zukas and when you're splitting them up because you get those extra riflemen. If you lose a bunch of Zukas to some mines, you can just bring them right back with second wind. You know, you get some healing at a Kavan, which is nice to have as well. Not a huge thing, but I would definitely invest in Kavan. I would get all these things. I would even get the building health just because it's cheap and it's going to help slow them down, even if it's just a little bit with all your health on your defenses. But the biggest thing about this season is there's not a lot of building health. There's not a lot of ice. So, I mean, that plays into every attack, right? Because you're just going through the base that much faster. You need to lean a little bit more towards offense rather than defense because you can just kind of bypass everything and everything like that. So, yeah, heavy Zuka Kavan is definitely good to get early on. Get the other stuff. Max out your gunboat, max out your landing craft like you do every season. Rank up your defenses a little bit. Again, they're not going to be overly helpful, but you do need to have them just to slow down the opponent. And then we move over here. Now, here's the first mistake I made. I got flares, but I didn't upgrade them. Now, this is okay if you're doing nothing but split heavy Zuka attacks. Because you can actually do what's called a split flare, and if your troops are like if you get a bad spread off the landing, then you can flare to a spot, and then they'll go there, and then kind of split from there. It's tricky to do, and it doesn't always work, but you can make it work. So that's a benefit of having low level flares. Other than that, man, you don't it's just hard because you can't do heavy rush with rank 1 flares. It's way too much GBE. You can't use warriors with rank 1 flares. Again, way too much GBE. So definitely get the flares at least to rank 3. Preferably rank 4 if you can. Right off the bat. Now, I invested in boom cannons, in cannons. These are going to be good. Whatever path you end up taking the tech tree, these are going to be good. They're going to one-shot warriors. Well, the boom cannons are going to one-shot heavies and warriors. And the cannons are just going to one-shot heavies. They're just going to one-shot warriors. Now, the next most important defense, regular mines, boom mines. You want to get boom mines. They're cheap. They're not so expensive. You definitely want to make sure that you're investing in boom mines. Troop health is also going to be good. It's going to help with Zukas walking over mines. It's just a good upgrade to have. I would definitely go that route. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to skip warriors, and I'm going to skip protectors. And the next biggest thing to get is going to be barrage. If you can get to barrage early on, man, you're going to be laughing because it's a base race, right? So, and there's not a lot of building health, so that's just the perfect barrage artillery meta. So if you can get barrage, get to 4 engines, get to the gunboat energy node, max that out, you're going to be having the time of your life. We'll save on going a little bit further down up here, but yeah. So then it comes down to what's better. What's better, checking warriors and protector, or bullet? Bullet is not great. He's not great this season. His because he doesn't have a lot. There's not like you definitely have to have troop health if you're going to use him, but he dies pretty quickly. He doesn't have a lot of health with him. So because I was thinking that at first, maybe go split heavy Zuka and then have bullet on another side to clear an engine room by himself, and just use energy drink. But he's a little bit too weak. Unless you have troop health, then he's okay. But overall, Kavan is better. So yeah, it's a tough call. I mean, you can either go the bullet route or you can go the warriors and protectors route. Warriors have, I don't want to say they're useless, but they're really not that good, guys. They're really not that good. We thought they were going to be, but things change on the fly in warships, as we know. Because, I don't know, they're just so expensive, and by the time you get to be able to use them, you're going to be up to the barrage meta anyways, so you might as well just be using heavies and Zukas to clear stuff. So yeah, that's where we're at. Now let's talk about attacks here. It's been rough, man. It's been rough. I'm not lying. The most important thing about every single attack that we're going to do is the landing. If you can get the landing down, you're going to have a good time. You're going to be fine. Now, you see right here, I've got most of my troops going up to the left, and then I have one little kill squad just going up to the right. That's basically how you do it, because the bulk of most people's defenses are going to be in the middle. So you want to have most of your heavies and most of your Zukas in there, but you don't want them to clear everything in here and then have to walk all the way up and around. You're just wasting time to do that. So that's why we throw this other boat out this way, and it depends where the defenses are, right? So say in the middle here, he's got all these defenses. And there's nothing to pull this boat in this way, and they start aiming at stuff that's over here. That's not going to be helpful, because then they're just going to end up all in the same spot anyway. So you'd want to clear up, let these guys clear your main kill squad where we put the 6 boats. Let them clear up that way until the engine room is close enough versus the other remaining defenses where it's going to pull your last couple boats of Zukas or heavies and Zukas or whatever you choose. And that's basically the idea. Now, another benefit of having Kavan is that second wind. If you do get a bad, spread, you can throw them out in a corner that you don't have any troops in, and just spam second wind a few times, and you'll get a ton of riflemen. So that's definitely an option as well. That can kind of help you out with that. Now, in terms of base defense, what I've found so far to be the best, and it seems to be what everyone else is using. We'll take a look at the local leaderboard here. Clustered mines seem to be really popular, and kind of clustered defenses. So something like this. This is really nice. So he's got everything kind of covered here with mines, and the defenses are all bunched up. You'll lose some shock value there, but I like this because it kind of it forces them to go around a little bit. We'll get into a live attack here. It forces them to go kind of around the base a little bit, and yeah, just waste a little bit of time. So, I mean, okay, so here's a good example. So, we'll go like this. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'll wait a minute or two, and I'll drop these guys. And then I'm going to put Kavan right in between the two of them, and I'll get 2 second winds going, and I'll get some riflemen go to the right, hopefully, and maybe get some go to the left as well. Okay, yeah, you see the biggest thing here is just getting through those mine patches. They're just deadly. Okay. So now we got to just support our troops here. You see what I mean? There's not much health on those poor Zukas. So I mean, to run over a couple mines, they do not like that. That's not something they enjoy doing. And there's not a lot of you don't really have any defense against the mines. We don't have medkits. We don't have critters. We don't have we don't have barrage just yet. We don't have flares. Or sorry, we have flares, but you know what I mean. There's not a ton of things that are going to help with with taking down those mines. Go. And yeah, so a good time a good time to aim for. 3 minutes and 10 seconds. 3 minutes and 5 seconds plus, at least. Anything under that, and it's kind of up in the air. So yeah, it's tough. But yeah, so we'll take a look quickly at this defense, guys. We are going to win this one. And yeah, that's basically it. It's a tough season to say because it's like I find there's a lot of there's a couple different ways you could go about things, but overall I think the way that I've kind of shown you guys is going to be the best way to go about the start of your season 11. And we'll pick it up and we'll go through things as we go. But for the most part, that's what's really going to help you the most. So we'll take a look at this defense quickly. So he's using the same strategy, heavy Zuka split with a couple boats on the right and the Moster boats on the left. Now you see right here. It's just the mines, man. It's just the mines. You got to get the mines. They took out all his heavies, and he had to wait for his troops to come back and around from the other side. And it's not like we didn't stop him, right? But we significantly slowed him down a lot. And then, oh, that was perfect. He flared right into that machine gun, so that definitely helped us out. But yeah, it's just about slowing him up. And you can do that with the power of mines and boom mines and everything like that. So, guys, I hope that helps you out. Let me know how you're making out down below in the comments. Any questions, concerns, anything like that. And yeah, we got some pushing to do. And good luck on your season 11, my friends. It's going to be a fun one. And yeah, subscribe to the channel. Use the code CHICK in the shop. Guys, I do appreciate each and every one of you. As always, thank you so much for watching. That is going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. And we'll see you next one. Guys, chicken out. Back.